certain questions so that I will understand where you are standing right now, and then we will proceed accordingly. Okay. All right. Um, let me stop sharing. Okay. So, what is an ERP, guys?
Enterprise resource planning.
What is it? Enterprise resource planning. Very good. What do you mean by enterprise resource planning? What do you mean by enterprise resource planning?
It connects with all the functionalities or features in enterprise.
Correct. Correct. It connects. It is not a connection. Basically, it is an enterprise. Have the Which will have all related business tools within that particular ERP. For example, why do you call SAP as an ERP?
Because it has all the features what the business needs, like from HR to
Exactly.
everything, like even manufacturing and all these
Exactly.
components.
Exactly. So, ERP is one such enterprise system which will have all the tools within itself, so that when a business approaches a specific ERP, uh, previously what used to happen is they used to pick up for HR, they used to go for Oracle, let's say, for example, for HRMS, and for let's say finance, they used to go with SAP. So this Oracle and SAP does not used to talk to each other. So that was a big gap for most of the companies, because they used to have different ERPs within different ERPs for their processes. So now what has happened? Every ERP have started providing every other tool. Okay, so people started picking up a specific ERP. So that's why when you go for the pre-sales options, that is success factors pre-sales, which all of you have to do at one point in time in your career, which is a which is a baby to all the consultants. Okay, so in that case, you will understand. Okay, there is a person who's coming from Oracle, there's a person who's coming from JD AdWords, somebody coming from PeopleSoft, and all of them are sitting with you competing each other, that our ERP is the best, or our ERP is the best, and we provide etc etc and all of that stuff. Okay, so ERP plays a very important role. So as a success factors consultant, you need to understand what is an ERP. That ERP is one such enterprise which will have all the tools related to different functionalities. Okay, that's very important. All right. Now, when you say SAP is an ERP, the next question that usually is asked is, how many ERPs are there in the market as the competitors to SAP? How would you answer that?
Oracle is a competitor to SAP.
How many ERPs are there as the competitors to SAP? No answer?
You mean competitors for SAP?
Right.
Actually,
So let's say, are you able to see my screen?
yeah.
Yes. Please make a note of these questions that I'm saying, because these are all important for your interviews. Okay. See, as I said, the first thing is, what is an ERP? You guys answered it very nicely, and we also said that SAP is one of the ERPs. So the rest of the ERPs in the market competing for HR is these. You have
Remaining
SAP,
ERPs, remaining ERPs, Oracle, PeopleSoft. Cherry
Yes,
Advance is
yes. All of these are ERPs. All these are competitors to each other, and amongst these, we are using SAP.
Ramco Marshall also.
Sorry, Ramco Marshall is also one of the ERP. Okay. Obviously, all of these ERPs are strong in their own areas. Like say Oracle is strong in, let's say, finance. SAP is strong in payroll. Ramco Marshall must have been strong in some other area. However, they also have the HR as one of their, portfolio. So therefore, for HR human resource tool, we are considering all these as the ERPs. Understood? Is this clear, guys?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So as we know that ERP means it should have HR, finance, marketing, procurement, CRM, analytics, and not limited to, and whatever they can go with, whatever integration tools also that they can go with, because that SAP has a lot of integration tools also, that it always promotes that this is the new tool that they have released, etc., etc. So there's so many integration tools that SAP is keep on releasing. So we are more focused about HR because that is our wing. SAP Success Factors is an HR product. Okay. Now, when you talk about HR product, what are the other products that you have within SAP ERP for HR other than Success Factors? Somebody who can answer this.
HCM, SAP.
No?
Is it
Okay.
like recruitment and stuff you are asking?
No, no. Let's say I am talking about, see, you have SAP. Within SAP, we are going with HR. Now, within HR, how many products are there? There are two products. Can you see this? We are from the ERP, we have chosen SAP. From SAP, we have chosen HR. From HR, we are choosing two different products. So we have two products. One is HCM, one is Success Factors. Are you aware of this one? There are two products in SAP. Now, this question is basically asked to most of the freshers. How many products related to HR you have in Success Factor in SAP? So one is HCM, the other one is Success Factors. So what you guys are learning is Success Factors, this one. And the most common question is, what is the difference between the HCM system and the HXM system? HCM is, what is the full form of HCM, guys?
Human capital management.
Human capital management.
Very good. Human capital management. What is the full form for HXM?
Human experience.
Correct. Human experience management. Okay. So human capital management and human experience management. So what is the difference between them is, just give me one quick minute. Yes, yes. So, I'm going back to my Excel. Right. So, human capital management has over and above 40 years of history, because that's the first product of HR that SAP has promoted, which is very, very strong in the area of payroll. There is no product like HCM payroll in the market which will satisfy any condition of the business, no matter which industry they come from. Okay. The next one is HXM Success Factors, which is a cloud product. So the basic difference between them is that this is on-prem and the HCM is on-prem and HXM is cloud. Okay, that's a major difference between them. And in terms of implementation, any on-prem system would take an year or year and a half, depending on the size of the implementation. It would take year or year and a half. And whereas on that is a cloud product. So guys, what do you mean by a cloud product? Tell me that first. What do you mean by a cloud product? Cloud
My
means what?
knowledge, you can connect anywhere through a mobile. There is no need through data centers. I'm
No
sorry.
software installation and no maintenance.
Sorry,
No software installations and no maintenance.
your voice is very low, ma'am.
No software
You can
installations.
connect through data centers.
Right. Very well said. That there is no software installation requirement for a cloud product. It is as simple as you using your Facebook, Insta, Twitter, and all of that. Those are all cloud products. So you will have an application, you will have an ID, password, and link. You can use it wherever across the globe, right? So that is your cloud product. So that's why over the pandemic, 4 5 years back, Success Factors product has become very famous because everybody were working from home, and we didn't get an opportunity to go work from office, and those installed options were not useful. Even if you look at HCM has also got its upgrade, and it also had to do some changes in terms of the installation to make it more easier for a remote access, right? In that case, it's just not the HCM. All the Success Factors products have made this upgrade of made this upgrade of utilizing the product wherever they can. So they've made that changes for sure. All right. And the next difference is about the implementation timeline. The normal implementation timeline is around a year and a plus, but SuccessFactors implementation is for 4.5 months. Okay. And then comes the experience of the product. Okay, in the first place, you will see that for HCM product, it is a legacy experience. That is, you will have an ACP logon, and you will have the way you experience the systems, the pages, the front end pages, etc., is different, and the way you look for cloud product is different. Right here, it's more of user friendly. The way you scroll, the way you look at the data, and all of that is quite easier here in the cloud product. Okay.
Hello, Ashma.
All right. So the experience of these two products is going to be quite different. So one is going to be a legacy experience, one is going to be a cloud experience. Cloud experience is quite rapid, guys. So you don't have, if you want to avail a leave, let's say, okay, you don't have to wait for you to open your laptop and then do the configuration, open your laptop, log into there, be on the VDI or be on the company internet, etc., etc. All of that is not needed. Like the way you use your Facebook right now, on an easy basis, on your phone, It's as simple as you using it. Success factors, you have an application for success factors, you install that application and you will log in with your QR code. That's one time login, and then you will start keep using your success factors wherever you want. You want to avail a leave, you will just go book your leaves. You want to enter your timesheet on a daily basis, you can do that. You want to, let's say, people who are abroad or people who are offshore onshore, so they want to avail for some advance or a loan for their family, so they don't have to wait for the approvals and all of that. So all of that, at least the raise of the request will happen in click of minutes, and that's more important. That's the experience that we are talking about. So cloud experience is always good compared to the legacy experience, and the way you look at the system. So in legacy systems, you more talk about what are the info types, what are the different tables, which info type does it fall under. The language that you talk is also okay, this is the info type into it, there's a wage type into it, the language differs. And when it comes to cloud experience, you talk functional, you talk about the basic pay, you talk what is actually happening in the organization, so that's more connected. All right. So like I said, here you need an installation, here you need credentials like link id and password. Here this is on-prem, so you have to use it in the premises, and here it is used anywhere in the world. And this is very very strong in payroll, but success factors payroll, which is called as employee central payroll, is still under the build. It is good, it's not that it is not mature, it has matured enough over the course of the time, but it is not statutory at the moment. It is not it's not it's not at the peak point like in payroll. So SAP is trying hard in building that. So it is close to 50 years history that SAP HCM holds, and this is around 2 decades, more than 2 decades now that success factors is in the market. And still you have a lot of scope in success factors, guys. Even if it's completed more than 2 decades, it does have a lot of scope. So SAP gives a view of another 30 years in scope for success factors, before it gets to the statutory point. It still have a scope of another 30 years because AI is booming up. So success factors is getting integrated with AI. So definitely the features of AI cannot be done without a consultant. So definitely all our jobs, all your career futures are all good. So this is one area which you definitely have to look into before you choose a product. That is success factors. What is the next, how many years you can look up to for success factors, or do you have to need a shift in between the careers? So you'll have to look at all of those points, because see, HCM consultants, there's so many HCM consultants who have moved to success factors because they know that HCM is a HCM talent module like recruitment, onboarding, PMGM, performance and goal management, and all of that is going to move to success factors because success factors is one of the craziest module. So there's so many consultants who've learned it and they made a apparent shift of their careers. So what we need to look at is, okay, now we are learning success factors. So what's the next roadmap of success factors? Is it going to be is it going to go to a statutory point, or it is going to still going to grow up, or it has already reached to the peak? So the answer to that is it's still growing, which is all good. So your product is still having the scope of lots of releases, lots of upgrades, etc. So and you do have a transformation now. Previously, success factors was just called a success factors product, and then they transformed that to HXM, which is human experience management. So they want to go beyond the transformation, not just using the product as a product, but they want to make it as a human resource process friendly. So that's how the HXM product is actually going with. All right. Next comes is as I told you, there you call it as info types, here you call it as objects. Most of the data here, or most of the the process here is object based. How the objects are configured, how do you configure different objects, is how you look into here. Okay. Okay. The next, any questions so far, guys?
All good. Thank
All
you.
good. Okay, nice. So now coming to the success factors. Okay. So what is the origin of success factors, guys? I mean, which country does it origin to?
Is
This
it
is a
German?
Germany based, correct? Right, absolutely right. This is a Germany based, originated product. And actually, Success Factors was an independent company previously. Okay, before even getting into SAP. Success Factors was I think in 2000 and no, up to 2005 it was a self company, and then it got acquired by SAP. So previously, Success Factors had only two modules, which is comp and performance management. Only two modules were there. And after that, SAP has acquired Success Factors because SAP was in search of a cloud product that point in time. So obviously, Success Factors was one top in the market that point in time. So SAP has acquired it, and then it made it SAP Success Factors. Success Factors company did not wanted its name to go off, so therefore SAP still continued with the same name called Success Factors, and eventually it has turned into SFSF, because there is also Simple Finance from financial side, which is a cloud product which got eventually emerged. So previously we all used to call it as SAP SF, but now we call it as SAP SFSF twice because of Simple Finance. SAP SF stands for SAP Simple Finance. Okay, which is a financial cloud product. All right. So then SAP has actually included all the other modules that you see on the screen right now, right from hiring till retiring, that is from RCM till the employee central offboarding. All the process has been included by by SAP to Success Factors product, and made it a end-to-end life cycle for a human resource process. So which includes RCM, onboarding, and then employee central, performance and goal management, compensation, variable pay, learning management system, succession planning, career development planning, employee central, payroll, WFA, WFP, and analytics, and time off, etc. That's time management. And today we also have opportunity marketplace. So many modules that have come into place. Okay, now primarily what is the thing that you need to understand is, in each of these modules there are certain subsets. Okay, as an EC consultant, you are supposed to know all these different, at least the positioning of these different modules. Somebody at any given point in time, they tell you or they ask you about, okay, how many modules are there and where is EC positioned in it, and then etc etc. So you should be in a position to answer it saying the position of Success Factors. All right, just a minute. Can you see my screen? Just confirm me.
Yes, certainly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So there are for now, for account, you say there are 14 modules in success factors, which starts with recruitment management. Obviously, right? Even if you take any business process, it starts with recruiting only, right? Recruiting is the primary process. So SF also starts with recruiting management, but your recruiting management is integrated with position management, and position management is a part of your employee central. So the vacant positions in employee central are connected to recruitment management, and whatever vacant positions you have, a requisition can be raised against those vacant positions. Okay, so as part of recruitment, the process starts with integration of recruitment with position management. However, within recruitment management, the whole piece of recruitment management is called as two things. One is RCM, one is RMK. RCM is the selection process. The entire selection process is configured in RCM, and the branding process of that website, that is the career page, career site, the branding of that career website is done in the recruitment marketing module. So if somebody have to get into recruitment as part of after employee central, that's one of the most demanded demanded module in success factors after employee central. And you also have posting into it. Okay, RCM, RMK, you also have a postings option in there. So when you talk about the postings option, it is as good as how do you post that requisition into different job boards, maybe Naukri, Monster, etc., etc. I'm just giving you some highlights about that module. Okay, so that's about recruitment management. You have to do certification for two modules in here. One is RCM and one is RMK. You have to be certified in both the modules if you want to do recruitment management. Next comes is onboarding. Onboarding have a little bit of history. Initially, it was onboarding 1.0, and later on there is another version that was released, which is 2.0. Okay, so 1.0, SAP have stopped supporting 1.0 from the latest release, that is 1H 2024, which will go to the production on 19th of this month, May 19th, in next 3 days. Okay, so I'll talk about what this is. Basically, SAP releases upgrades twice every year, first half of the year and second half of the year. So that's why the first half is called as 1H, the second half is called as 2H. Okay, so 1H 2024, it goes to different environments. So first everything gets launched in the preview, and then it goes to the production. So when it gets launched into the preview, what will happen is automatically few things will be on. There are some automations that SAP might have done. So there's so many changes that SAP does. Okay, so all of those are affected in the test system, and then eventually on one date, that is May 19th, like said by SAP, all of those changes will be moved to production. So here you see onboarding 1.0 and onboarding 2.0 are two versions of onboarding module, and then you also have different subsets like onboarding, offboarding, which is exit process, and crossboarding, which is internal transfer process. Okay, these are the three processes which are present in onboarding, and onboarding 2.0 is tightly integrated with employee central. So you as an employee central consultant, when you go to the workshops, etc., people will ask you, okay, what other modules will your module talk to? It talks to recruitment via position management. It talks to onboarding via integrations, because the output of onboarding is an input to employee central. Obviously, when you're joining some company, you complete your onboarding, then get into the company, right, for your job roles. The same here also in the system. Okay, so whenever there is a termination, like say for example somebody has resigned, okay, so manager will initiate a termination. So what will eventually happen? An offboarding event will get showed up in the offboarding dashboard, and the offboarding process will start. That is the asset collection, the ID card collection, or the no due certificate from different departments, some exit formalities which you'll have to do. All of that will have to directly, the moment employee central termination happens, that is the candidate or the employee, not a candidate. When the employee gets terminated from employee central and when he is in the notice period, so at a particular time, the offboarding process should automatically happen. So that all of that is an interlink between EC to offboarding. Okay, and then crossboarding. Let's say I am there. Okay, I am transferred from Bangalore office to, let's say, Hyderabad office. That's an internal transfer, right? So there are certain documents that have to be taken care. So now my employee ID or anything doesn't change, but my location changes, my job role changes, or maybe like that. So that is happening as an event in Employee Central. However, that has to go to crossboarding to complete the crossboarding procedure and then continue further for from the next location. That's a transfer basically. So whenever you have an internal transfer, there's a crossboarding that gets initiated. So these two modules are very, very tightly integrated. Okay, from Employee Central, there is employee profile, which is a mini master data that gets created here, which is called as employee profile. So this employee profile will have all of that data, should have all of that data for the rest of the talent modules. Talent modules include PMGM, SP, CDP, compensation, variable pay, rewards and recognitions, and LMS. Okay, so EP is your mini master data from Employee Central, which will talk to all of these modules. Why will it talk to all of these modules? In order to supply the data that is required for these talent modules to get executed. So when you say Employee Central, it is no doubt it is an HRIS, master HRIS system, which means when do you call a system as a master HRIS system? When your hiring happens in that system. Understood? So this is whatever we are talking today is called as landscape understanding. Okay, people will keep asking you, okay, do you know what is the landscape of success factors? So landscape of success factors starts with recruitment management and then it goes on with all the other processes. But when you talk about employee central landscape, not necessarily that employee central becomes the master HRIS. There are companies who start the hiring in HCM, human capital management, and the data comes to success factors. Since they do not have employee central, employee profile is going to be the primary input contact, that is the inbound supply from HCM to success factors happen via employee profile. Guys, are you understanding what I'm trying to say?
So you mean that they don't have Employee Central as a whole module, but then they just have employee profile from Employee Central?
Correct. So say for example, you have a company X. Okay, company X is using HCM as their HRIS system. That is, hiring of an employee happens in HCM system. Okay, and rest of all the talent modules are present in success factors. So in that case, once the hiring happens in HCM, the data will flow to success factors via employee profile EP. So even if you have employee central, even if you do not have employee central, employee profile configurations are very, very important. So for that, you will need an EC consultant. So no matter what, in a project you have EC, doesn't have EC consultant is for sure, because EP is configured by employee central consultant only. Clear?
And
Clear?
Archana, do we have a chance, like, just trying to extend that point, like, if you want to have an employee profile, is it from AEC? Can a company have employee profile without having the whole EC module? Is that what we?
Of course, that's what I'm trying to say now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
Let's say we are talking about this X. Let's talk about IBM. Okay, IBM has HCM. Okay, IBM is using HCM. So HCM is the master data for them. Suppose you are joining IBM, then your hiring will happen in HCM system. They will enter all your A to Z information in the HCM system. But the goal management or the onboarding or recruitment, all of that process happens in success factors. So for that to happen in success factors, you will have to create employee profile in success factors. So they do not have EC, but they definitely should need employee profile, EP.
Got it. Got it. Thank you.
Is this clear, guys?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Got it.
This is one of your interview questions which will definitely be asked by most of the interviewers because this is a confusing concept. Okay, so this only those consultants who have some real-time experience will be able to explain this. So the question will be like this: that without employee central, can you configure employee profile? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Now inside the system, I will show you when I show you the system that where is EP configured, where is EC configured. I'll show you that. All right. But otherwise, is this concept clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I need to know more voices. There are 12 members and only one who is talking. Yes, Ashish,
Yes,
Kavita,
yes.
yeah, Pavani, Praneeth,
Yes, Archana.
Imran, Jana. Is all clear, right?
Yes, Archana. Yes,
That's
sir.
an important
Yes,
concept.
Archana.
Definitely, people will ask you when you go to interviews. All right, Srinivas.
Yes, yes, I am understanding.
Okay, very good. So that's about the company. How do you set up the employee central? More about we'll talk more about, right? And then comes the performance and goal management. Performance and goal management utilizes the employee profile data, and it has 5 subsets. Okay, performance and goal management, 360 degrees appraisal, CPM, which is continuous performance management, calibration. Then comes so what do you basically do in performance and goal management for the year 2024? Okay, in March everybody have got the appraisal. Okay, April people started setting the 2024 year goals. Okay, this process of setting the goals, recording all the activities and achievements against that goals, and then recording the self analysis or self assessment and then manager assessment, that is something which happens in the performance management. Goal management is precisely about goals. What are the business goals, individual goals, team goals, group goals, or you have cascade of the goals, that there is a goal given to your manager and he cascades that down to him saying that okay, 10% something that I'll be achieving, and the rest of them I'll ask my team to achieve it, and I'm going to probably give a way out on how that can be achieved or something like that. So the way how you are managing the goal is called as a goal management module. So first happens that goal management, which every company is doing right now in April and May. They usually do it. Okay, then comes the CPM, which is continuous performance management. So continuously you're monitoring the inputs that are given by the employees against each goal, and every goal will have certain activities, certain achievements, and they will also upgrade their skills, behaviors, job roles, whatnot. So this is so much of process that is involved into it. And then there is the calibration. Usually in the, you might have seen somebody coming from a journalistic profile, you might have heard the word called normalization, just to make sure that the employees are not getting unbiased. So the normalization happens using calibration in success factors. So calibration is one such process which encourages the normalization. Okay. And then comes the performance management, which is nothing but how the performance management happens, which is how the goals are all addressed, what is the self-assessment upon each goal, and then what is the manager assessment, how do you have a one-to-one interaction, and then you finally come up with a certain rating to every employee. So the output of this module is nothing but rating. So that rating is an input to your compensation. End of the day, why do we need a rating? In order to see that, okay, if somebody is receiving a 1 rating or a 2 rating or a 3 or a 4 rating, end of the day, against that rating, they would get a appraisal, right? And that is nothing but a pay for the performance. Whatever performance that you showed for the last year, for that you are getting a pay increase, right? That is called as performance compensation management module. Okay, so your compensation management module is precisely going to help you in defining the increments of a company. All right, so you have again different subsets here. There are different options that you can go with. Increment happens in terms of components, in terms of merit, lump sum, adjustment, in terms of market adjustments, lump sums, promotions, again promotions, or with salary change, without salary change, like that. And there is bonuses that you release, there are incentives that you release, there are different allowances that you talk about, and then the eligibility population for those different. So there's so many things that is there inside the compensation. So on a high level, compensation is actually divided into two things. One is comp and the other one is variable pay. Okay, so this comp and variable pay modules are very, very tightly integrated with your employee central. So then your you keep seeing that compensation consultants keep talking to you for various reasons, from for employee central data, how the employee central configurations have been made. So PMGM will not disturb you so much, but compensation is going to disturb you a lot, because they have a lot of dependency on employee central. Okay, so so basically, what is compensation? It's a pay for performance module. They compose the equity, which is stocks, right? They compose the salary increase, which is merit. They compose the bonuses, which is incentives, right? Apart from this, there is variable pay as well that they can compose. Okay, then comes the learning management, SP and CDP. So these are a set, guys. If you guys, after employee central, if you want to learn PMGM, then it means that you should also eventually think about succession planning, CDP and LMS also, because that's a set. Otherwise, recruitment, onboarding, EC is one set. EC, PMGM, compensation is one set, that is comp and variable pay. And then PMGM, SP, CDP, LMS is one set. EC with ECP is one set. So like that, you have different sets. Okay, so every consultant will start with employee central, but down the line, in the next couple of years, you will start learning all of these things, and then you will decide, okay, do I want to be in core HR, or do I want to also add some talent modules to my portfolio, or do I want to add collaboration modules into the portfolio, or do I want to add some analytical modules into my portfolio? Analytical modules are nothing but WFA, WFB, people analytics, and reporting, etc. All of those are called as analysis. So they are analytical modules. All right. So even employee central is always there, But with employee central, you should eventually grow up with other modules as well, and then it gives you a call, okay, which one do I have to pick next? Okay. Anyway, so PMGM, SP, CDP, LMS, all of these is one set. Like say for example, I am there. Okay, Arshana is getting, let's say, two rating. All right. So I've got an increase. I'm not happy with the increase. Okay, I go back and talk to my manager, boss. I'm not happy with that. So I'm looking out for other options. So just an FYI, the moment I get, you know, the desired one, I'm going to keep you posted, so please adjust all my work accordingly. And I'm not getting, he did not give a, you know, flag for a termination, but he has given a heads up of his disappointment with the recent appraisals. Okay, then what will happen, the manager will have a one-to-one with them and he'll say, okay, I am going to give you a career path. Okay. So he is going to nominate this person. He says that, okay, I was looking for a promotion, I was looking for a team lead position, and you didn't give me that. All right. So he is going to now plan for that succession. So that is called as succession planning, this module. Okay, this is the manager module. Employee doesn't have any role over here, only a manager will be able to see it. So what will a manager do is, manager will plan a team lead succession is nothing but a backup position. Okay, so as a backup for team lead, he will have this particular employee, because he already expressed his interest area, and for that he will if required, he will design a career path, that is career development program. We'll give a 3 months program, 6 months program, 1 year program, whatsoever, depends on the requirement. He will give a plan. Okay, for the next 3 months, 6 months, you'll have to do all of these things. You should get certified in these areas, and then those learnings or those courses is all done using the learning management system. So whatever courses that the manager is recommending in the CDP program have to be picked up by the employee using the learning management system, and he has to start learning those courses offline, by trainers, by online mode, offline mode, classroom mode. There's so many things are there within LMS also. End of the day, they'll have to complete the certification which is required, which is meeting the deadline or that is defined in the CDP module. So all of these modules are interconnected. Are you trying to understand, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. uh, the rest of them,
Yes, sir.
yeah, okay. So all these modules are that way interconnected, and then these are the analytical modules, like I said. Okay, so this is the positioning of your success factors. Okay, amongst all of this module, what you're learning is employee profile. Employee profile is also vast. So more important in employee profile is core EC, which you guys are going to work now as part of your live project, trainings. So core EC is the most important, because when you go for certification of success factors, when you go for certification of success factors, um, when you go for certification of success factors, all the questions that come in your certification are from core EC. They do not touch some pension payout or global benefits or concurrent employment or something like that. They do not touch all of those options, because they are all optional. Okay, but core EC is something which is the foundation. So all your questions for your success factors application associate will come from core EC only. That's why core EC is very, very important. Okay, and then comes the other options, like timesheets, time off, document generation, pension payout, global benefits, advances, loans, position management, deductions management, dependent management, payment information, work permit, visa management, whatnot. There's so many things. Okay, so that's why whenever you go to a training, right, people will not teach you all of these things, because there's no end to it. There's no end to it. There's so many things that keeps coming. So as a EC consultant in the market, what you learn is core EC. People will teach you position management also. People will teach you overview of employee time off also, right? They'll give you these as an added advantages, and people will definitely teach you employee profile because that's very important. Okay, people will teach you the platform also. So if you're getting trained outside, it means that to me as an interviewer, I know I'm talking to a trained consultant, which means that he should know core EC, he should know employee profile, he should know platform features, he should know position management, and a little bit about time off. I do not expect time off for sure because that's very, very complex. So I do not expect you guys to know about it, but the other areas definitely I will touch base on where you are standing. All right. So that is about core EC. So getting strong in core EC is more than enough for you, because for each of these areas there will be specific specialist consultant. Somebody who is very good at global benefits, somebody who is very good at advances, loans, somebody is very good at position management, somebody is very good at pension management. So everybody can't be a master of all the things in employee central. So eventually over the years, when you keep growing, you will get an opportunity to work on each of these areas. So at that point in time, say for example you're working for a Walmart client. Walmart says that okay, we want to go for timesheet along with the core EC part. So now timesheet is implemented. So you do not know what is the timesheet. Now you will be given a specular timeline of 15-20 days where you have to know timesheet. You get trained outside, you train yourself, you within the company, you take the help of a senior, no matter what. However you do it. For Walmart, employee X is going to do the time sheet option also. So after let's say 6-8 months, they said that okay, now we want to introduce loans to our employees. So not every functionality is utilized by the companies in one go, but eventually what they do is they give a roll up projects. They give this as an enhancement that okay, we want to now use employee central time off. Now we want to introduce global benefits, etc., etc. Are you trying to understand, guys?
Yes, Archana. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So that's it for today. We'll pause here, and we will start the rest of the process tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to continue with what are the different environments you have, what are the different methodologies we use, what are the different deployment methods we use, how is those deployment methods or the implementations methodology going to use for you in your implementations in the interviews, etc. Okay, so that piece we'll see tomorrow. All right. Before we wind up, any questions, guys? Any questions, anybody? Shiva, Sangeeta, Samuel, Rakesh, Srinivas, Shiva,
All
Esther,
good.
Jana.
Ma'am, so if we learn EC with a combination of EC, as per our interest, we need to do the other modules also. I mean to say,
No,
like
not
we learn.
necessarily anymore. Because in EC itself, to become a master in EC, you will at least have to spend 2 to 3 years. In EC, I'm
Okay,
talking about.
okay,
So
okay.
you will definitely have to know other modules. Let's say you're getting into a company, like let's say you're getting into some success factors company. Okay. Initially they got employee central project, they deployed you. Okay. And after that is completed, in their next project, they do not have employee central. Okay. So they have to keep you engaged, right? They can't keep you on bench. So then they'll say, okay, Sangeeta, can you handle recruitment management? So then they'll ask you to get trained, or they'll ask you, you have to, they'll give you some sort of assistance or help, and they'll ask you to do that. So it depends on what company you are, what sort of opportunities that they're giving you. Some companies keep getting employee central projects, so they will only keep you giving you the employee central projects. Some companies, will give you all the opportunities. So it's all depends on how your company wants you to get engaged. Make sense?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right. Any other questions, guys, before we move on? No? All right. Thanks for attending the session, and let's meet tomorrow. And please do not miss the sessions because it's very important. Every day I'm going to give you a lot of information about more topics, and then we will get started with the different exercises that I'm going to give you in terms of. All right. Thank you for today, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you, Archana.
Thank you, Archana.